everybody lost their Bitcoin who had their money in it. And this guy, essentially, allegedly, we don't know yet because it's been 3 or 4 years now. There's been a huge investigation going on because they think he faked his death. Chemical X.
We're so ugly. I think I'm really pretty, actually. You ready?
I'm ready.
What's up, everybody? For the second week in a row, you catch me in another corset, and I'm still working on my posture, so to be continued.
Last time you thought it would fix, but you were just very stiff and...
I was literally Hunchback of Notre Dame, so...
I went with it's 10 degrees outside and I think it's summer. It's the first time I'm in a tank top, pink cherries.
Yes.
I said, summer who?
Yeah.
Summer me.
Summer COVID, just to remind you.
Yeah. Also, to everybody who's been telling me how amazing I look with pink hair and to never to go back blonde.
Guess what, guys? She's back to blonde hair.
It's crazy, though. I'm getting so many people going, wow, it looks amazing. Don't ever change it. I'm like, who's gonna tell them? Because the last episode I already had blonde hair, but the one that aired, it was pink. So I'm going, I'm already back blonde, so who's gonna tell ya?
So guys, shout out to Chelsea who did Veronica's hair. She also did mine today. So if you're wondering why my hair looks a little extra luscious, well, that's why. She gave me the waves that you try and do yourself, but you never get.
You also got the color that everybody shows a Pinterest picture of, but it somehow never comes out the same. But yours came out the same.
Thank you.
So shout out Chelsea. Also, shout out to Anthony. We have so many hairdresser friends.
Oh my God.
Honestly, they're all amazing. I feel like like those people who are like so about like going to one person like forever.
We're not like that.
It's just also I have so many friends that not even just hairdressers
that do hair.
That do hair, but also in everything. Like you just want to support everyone. And then
I
kind of feel mean when I start booking with everybody, but I'm like, I want to support you all. Like
I know.
I love you. Let me tell you, when I moved to Australia, you never think about like who's my hairdresser gonna be, who's my nail girl gonna be. Like,
I mean, those are things I think about. Yeah,
you need to start from scratch. I got there with fresh hair. 3 months later, I started going, hold on a minute. Where am I going to get my hair done? Like
crazy. And
I was broke too. And a nice blonde ça coûte là. Fucking, it's expensive to be blonde. I remember at first, when I first started, I went to I was actually telling my hairdresser this the other day. I went to a school because I'm very like chill when it comes to my hair. Like you could do whatever you want to it. I don't really give a fuck.
Yeah, you'll chop it off.
I
if
have
it doesn't
basically
work.
none. So I went to like a salon, like a school, because like I said, on a budget. So I was like, how do I get this platinum blonde for half the price? And then you also go for half the skill.
Yeah.
So I found this school that does like these cheap days, whatever. I think it was like honestly $100 to do my blonde. And guys, I don't know if you're listening and if you have blonde hair, but that's a discount to pay blonde. $100.
Wait, was it good? I just need to know.
I mean, I went 3 times. And
ça fait le job.
I think one time I walked out and it was like good, but they always like fuck it up with the blue shampoo, and I would always kind of leave like almost purple, blue.
But you don't want to blame them because you booked for a training.
I was happy for my price until the day that I also, I get my hair cut as well. And the girl goes, wow, you have really thick hair. Like, I don't know if it's going to suit this cut. Meanwhile, I've been getting the same cut, guys. It's 4 years. The same chop, it's nothing much to it. Just cut in a straight line if you can. So she's like, wow, you have really like thick hair. Like, I don't know if the cut is going to suit you. Like, we should try to thin it out. And I said, no, I don't get layers. Like, I really just get straight.
Yeah.
She's like, well, I'll just remove a bit from the back, like to make it look less puffy. I was like, what do you mean? She pulls out the razor. Guys, she shaved the under of my hair. Like a chunk off. She said, don't worry, you won't see it.
Okay, hairdressers that do that, like,
when it started growing out, I had spikes. Like, and it's like, yeah, you don't see all my hair's down, but when I try to put my hair up and I have fucking pipi le pew at the back of my head, like, what the hell?
So guys, I went for my first ever like real facial, a hydraulic facial where they remove like your blackheads, and basically they turn you into a goddess. That's what I thought.
That's what they tell you.
That's what they tell you. They tell you they're going to do a million things, but suddenly you're leaving and you go, how much should I pay for this again? How much should I pay to leave uglier?
It's because it feels really worth the money in the moment. And as you're leaving, you're going, I'm going to book 3 more in advance.
And I did.
Can't wait to do this
And
every
I
2
did.
months.
I did. So I get there and she's like, oh, you don't mind? I'm actually training somebody. She was doing her stash to learn like facials. I go, it's going to be that kind of day that, I'm going to be the test for everything gone wrong. And no, we're going to swap that. And no, we're going to do that.
But then they start being real particular too, though. So it's kind of a good
and
thing when it
also
comes
it's
to
not a
facials.
relaxing environment, right? Because it's training. I didn't pay for school though. I paid for a solid fucking facial and I'm getting the discount version. So she's doing that and then she's doing
We both went to schools apparently.
Oh my God. But she's been doing it for 60 years, but she's training this new girl. You see what she has there? Yeah. You want to make
Very
sure
bad.
you want to make sure you go up and down because you're never going to catch it as much. So it wasn't enjoyable. Like I was like a little annoyed because I'm like, you don't want to go get a facial done and like somebody's kind of like
Taking notes.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, like everybody has to learn, so I get it. But it was like, she's like, oh, I'm gonna turn off the lights so it's enjoyable for you. She puts me into the covers. Yeah, it's great, except a facial that was supposed to take 1 hour took 6. You know what I mean? Oh my God. But yeah, other than that, it was great. I need to do more facials. She put the light on me and she said, sweetie, you've never done a facial before. And I was literally insecure. I was like, no, maybe once before.
But they're very
no.
painful. When they start going with the fingers.
Well,
and
she didn't do
squeezing,
with the fingers. She did it with the machine, but she was really good. I know I'm not selling her now, but I just didn't love the training sesh. You know what I mean?
The only experience I ever had being in a training environment was at the STD clinic. And let me tell you, already you're there with your legs open. And
you're vulnerable as fuck.
You're already vulnerable. And he says, do you mind if I bring in a guy? He's training for school and we're just going to go over it together. Already you don't want anybody in the room now.
What is this, Pornhub?
Did he bring the camera? No, guys.
Probably. He's in training.
You don't want to be mean either. You don't want to say, no, I don't want that. So what do you say? You say yes.
But I would say that's why they also were allowed to shave your fucking head. I would say I don't feel comfortable with that.
Let me tell you, I'm a nice person. So I said, sure. Does the secretary want to come as well? Like, let's have a party in here. Anyway, they came in and let me tell you, he started... yeah, let's start doing this test. He did every test on me.
You're like, do I at least get this for free now that I was here for everybody's enjoyment?
It was for free because it was in Australia. Boom. But yeah, I felt like it was a very I knew I was getting a good service though. When you're at the doc, they're doing every possible procedure the right way. They're not cutting corners.
They're not cutting corners, that's for sure.
Let me tell you though, they weren't cutting corners, but my legs were protractor open. Do you see? Yeah. Yeah, do you see in there? No, come take a closer look. Come.
So right next to her G-spot, like right on top.
Pass me the tube.
Well, even when I used to go for Brazilian waxes, I would always feel weird. I'd be like, oh, this is just like...
You know what?
It's too up close and personal. Brazilians
are worse than the gyno. Brazilians, I'm sorry, it's more invasive. I know the gyno is going inside you, but I swear Brazilian is worse because they're taking their fingers and spread. I can't explain.
It's such an awkward feeling.
And they do this thing where, because your automatic is to close your legs.
You're clenched.
But you close your legs and they push your legs open. And I swear,
This is rape.
I've gotten 3 Brazilians and the women were, you're not even there thinking, oh, they're judging me because they're so aggressive.
They're so into their project.
Yeah, they're not judging you, but you're still like...
It's just the grass that has to be mowed.
And you say, oh, 2 minutes, and they're going... And you're like, break, and they're like... I remember I got a girl and I was sweating. I think we went together the first time.
Oh, we went together and I heard you in the other room.
I literally cried. Like, I was really like... And she was...
And then at the end, when they want to put this oil, like, what are you fingering me? I could do it, I don't thank you very much.
Leaving from a Brazil is the most demoralizing. Guys, you put back on your pants and you're literally like,
I am Terminator.
And you have to go and pay after, How much was it for me to get assaulted?
No.
35, 50? Okay.
How much do I have to pay for, an erotic massage?
Or when they slap the baby powder on. Guys, everything about...
That's why we have to stop going to D's.
It's because...
It's the cheapest, but you leave there,
They don't give a fuck about you. I'm telling you,
they
don't
do not give a fuck.
They have like 4 dentist chairs outside and they go, Veronica? And you're like, yeah. And it was my first time too, guys. I was so nervous. I'm like, does it hurt? Does it hurt? You want to be comforted.
I remember we went together.
$60 service, but I was getting the 15,
Because you were paying 15.
I remember my girl goes, okay, turn over, spread your ass cheeks. And I went, what? No, it's okay. Turnover. It's part of the Brazilian. Guys, I thought the most demoralizing part was legs open, spread eagle, but more demoralizing when you have to go face down, ass cheek spread.
Oh my God. So there's nothing to do with COVID and we're over it. And we decided it's really sad that we have to resort into Ottawa to get away. We agree?
Ottawa had their chance to be cool in Canada for a split second.
Absolutely.
A
A split second.
And now they're all the restaurants are closed again.
I've been going to Ottawa too much for my own good, and I'm like, Alessia, shut the fuck up. You don't even like it there. And I'm done. I have to agree that I'm done, and this is the last week. Like, calm down. I had my fair share of restaurants. I'm good. But it was nice to go, all of us. Like I went with my boyfriend 1 week. I went 1 week with my best friends. Then I went for work. So
what's a person from Ottawa? Ottawa.
Ew.
I never want to go back to Ottawa again. My experience is hard to tell because you know when you're really hungry and you eat food and you think it's amazing,
but then you're
just really hungry, and the next time you have it when you're not really hungry,
you're also like good. First time in a restaurant in so long.
Well, that's what I'm saying. This was essentially the experience I had. I had a great time, but am I just deprived?
Yeah.
Hard to tell. Hard to tell.
But when we were there, I thought it was the funniest thing because I'm like, I've seen Veronica drunk before, yes, and I've seen your sister drunk, but have I seen them both, the two, drunk together? That's, my friend, has been the first time.
Actually, you have seen us drunk together before.
But I probably left before the disaster.
No, you were there for the disaster on her birthday. So we went, me, Alessia, and my sister, which, if anybody doesn't know.
And another friend.
Yeah, if anybody doesn't know, me and my sister are friends at times, enemies at other times.
Keep your enemies closer, babe.
Keep your enemies closer. Anyways, I don't know if I just have like a specific, like I look at people who are like, I love my sibling, and I'm like, really? Like I just threw my sister down the stairs. Like, I guess I love her too. Like,
you know what? If I have a sister, it'd be the same damn thing because I deal with it with my mom and she's 60 years old. So if I had a sister, I think it'd be even scarier. But I deal with it with my brother also, and they literally punch and kick me, and my mom doesn't take my side. So I know all about it. I don't know how it works with sisters. Like, what, the favorited sister wins? The younger one wins when they fight? How does it work?
I mean, my sister just...
Because it didn't work with that rule that weekend in Ottawa. I didn't know how to go younger one, older.
So basically, guys, I was drunk. And when I'm drunk, just leave me alone. Just leave me alone. But as a good sibling, my sister feels attacked because I'm being drunk.
Well, I'll tell you what really happened, okay? We were going in the lobby.
Honestly, I don't remember, so.
We were in the lobby and we were going upstairs, and then the guy was like, COVID, 4 people in the room.
So what happened was we were going upstairs 5 people.
Yes.
But there was 2 other people who walked in at the same time as us in the hotel. And the guy was saying, you guys are 7. I'm calling the cops. And I was like, bro, we're not 7. Like, oh, I don't even know who those fucking people are. And he was like, no, you're all going up to the same room. And I was like, no, we're not. And
well, it's because the 2 people that went before us had said the room number, because you have to say the room number to go up. So he automatically knew we were more than 4. But I don't know what the fuck happened in the elevator. You and your sister started yelling at each other. I think it's just drunk. Like, we're not 4, we're not 5. You guys are literally fighting over one person. And I'm like, okay, I'm over this.
I was fighting with the guy.
Yeah, and then
me and the guy are not on speaking terms.
And then we... And then we get to the hotel room, and then it starts being like, Veronica, stop yelling, and you stop yelling. And I have to say, honestly, I'm scared to be in a fight with you. You literally were the starter of this.
Like I said, don't talk to me when I'm drunk. I'm happy. Just don't bother me. Like, and then I'll be mad at you. Like, don't start yelling at me. I was in my zone.
So I guess you could say in the fight, Veronica threw the first fist.
Punch. I don't know if it was a punch.
The first punch. And then after that, it was everything else was history. I was literally, guys, I want you to know, lying down in my bed on FaceTime with my boyfriend. I don't even think you remember this. He was literally watching the argument because I was moving the phone, and then it started getting physical. I said, babe, I gotta call you back. And then all of a sudden I was a ninja in between doing fucking dick with these 2 savages. I could only imagine the tension, like, me in the middle, like, I don't exist to 2 people who want to beat the fuck out of each other.
The rule is don't get involved.
I realized the hard way, let me tell you, one scratch later, one concussion later.
Please, your little scar is nothing to what I endured.
So I led Veronica atop that day, and your sister ripped it apart.
So actually I got so mad. Like, I wasn't that mad in the beginning. She was just like pestering me.
I hope you were mad you threw the first punch.
But I got very mad because my sister grabbed my phone, and I had like this new, shout out Strong MTL, this new like phone like charm on it.
Yeah.
And it was the first day I got it. It was 6 hours fresh onto my body. Okay. I was so excited about it. And she ripped it. And me and my drunkenness, you just took my dog and killed it in front of me. So naturally, she broke my thing. So I tried to break her face. And that, my friend, is siblings.
Oh my god.
Anyways.
And in all this, there's her dog who's literally on the bed pissing and shitting everywhere because of he's scared. His poor mommy is, and you're instigating. You're going to the dog. How does it feel having an abusive mother? I know you can't call for help. I feel bad for you. She's going nuts.
I want you to know that I threw the first punch, and that was the only thing I threw, because the rest was just me getting beaten up and me saying, okay, stop.
Like, you're an actual fist pumper. Your sister, she grabs hair.
Yeah, my sister just grabs me by the hair and drags me across the bar. Like, I can't explain to you how
And you're
many
not the
times.
type of person I would say, let's grab her hair and throw her out.
Yeah, I don't even have much to grab. Like, are you
I don't even know how she gets it.
She does it ever since we were kids. I specifically remember this one time we were outside, and I don't remember what I did. I think I accidentally hit her with a ladder, and she got so mad. She grabbed me by the hair, and when I was younger, I did have long hair. Grabbed me by the hair and dragged me through the grass. Like my body was dragging on the floor for so long.
Sounds like in Ottawa.
My scalp was literally bleeding. Like, and this is when we were like 10. And she has obviously not grown up, so her tactics have not gotten better. But the thing is, I could beat the shit out of my sister if I wanted to. She's just one of those people, like, you know those fighters that, you know, the more you fight, the more she's gonna fight back. Like, you're not gonna stop them by fighting them. So I think
the best thing you did though is after when she had to get her revenge to hit you back, you didn't fight back. I think that's what made it fair. But your sister also teared your top that you were wearing that was also mine. So she broke the charm, she broke my top, and Veronica had to rebuy me the top.
Yeah, I had to repurchase all. And then I'm pissed at her, guys. I get home and I realize she has my eyelash glue. And there's nothing that's more irritating than missing an eyelash glue, because a mascara, you have 4 of them lying around. A concealer, you have 2. But an eyelash glue, you have 1 and it lasts you 4 years. Yeah. Like, you don't have multiple eyelash glues.
And if anybody other than your sister had it, it'd be okay. But
it was her. And then I specifically needed it, so I went to the pharmacy. And I get to the pharmacy and I'm so fucking mad. The fact that I'm even at the pharmacy, I'm pissed.
That you have to spend anything over $0.
That I even have to move I'm pissed.
So I have to rebuy the charm. Yeah. I have to rebuy Alessia the top, the glue. You always come out on bottom.
I always come out on the bottom, and I always say that, but
I guess that's what happens when you throw the first punch.
I go to the pharmacy and the girl's like, oh, sorry, we're actually sold out of all the brands of eyelash glue. I said, what? You have no eyelash glue? Yeah, like, we're sold out of all of them. I'm like, so you're telling me you have not one brand of eyelash glue? Like, give me the worst one. No, we only have actually the Lise Wattier tester, and it's $8. I was like, give me the fucking shitty glue, fucking scan it right now. Don't ask me again. Scan my card, and I don't want to talk about this. So that was Ottawa for me.
Yeah, it was fun other than that, though. Oh, also, I want to say, guys, we didn't have reservations for one of the restaurants. And naturally, me and your sister, I'd say we're not scared. We're not shy, right? Veronica and the friend we were with, they were more like in the background. And we were like, we're going to try and get into this restaurant, even though we don't have reservations. And her and my other friend were like, we're not doing this. Like, if this goes down, like, we'd rather wait outside. So I was like, don't worry, we're going to handle it from here. So we go into the restaurant. We're like, yeah, we have a reservation under 8:30. Yeah, one moment, please. Let me just look it up. Oh, no, that's so weird. We're not seeing it. Oh, yeah, no, it's because we called. Maybe that's going to be, yeah, no problem. Let me just check the call history. No, it's weird. We're not seeing you here. Oh, okay, well, we're from Montreal and we booked, which we didn't. And we're like, okay, well, what do we do now? Because we booked and you guys don't see it in your system. So can you sit us there? And the guy goes, no. And then that was like, at that point, you're already fighting your
But
point.
you believe it's real at this
At
point.
that point, you start to believe your lies, and you're like, no,
we booked 2 weeks ago.
And then your sister starts saying, from Montreal. So at a point, it was like I was getting in, but then your sister kind of handled it because it was like too many people trying to handle the situation. And then after, at the end, I was just like, well, you're really not working with us here. He goes, your sister said like way worse things to him. She was like, what the fuck? Like, I don't understand. And I just say, well, you're really not working with us here. He moves from your sister and he goes, excuse me? What did you say? And I said, you're really not working with us. Absolutely not. No, you're going to have to get out. You're going to have to leave. I won't tolerate that kind of act. I'm like, what did he think I said? Apparently he heard what I said and that offended him, or that was like the, I don't know, cherry on
straw.
What the fuck? Or he was getting pressure because you guys started to walk in now, so it's feeling really real. He didn't know what to do.
We stood at that back thing and I said, I'm not a part of this, but if they get a table, I'm sitting at it. Anyways, so if you learned anything, it's make a reservation. And I don't know who they thought they were walking in thinking they're fucking housewives of Beverly Hills, but
housewives of Ottawa.
Do you know who I am? They're going, no, I actually don't.
And we don't care.
I have a podcast.
Yeah, so we didn't get in, safe to say. So book your reservations.
Anyway, Ottawa's closing now, so it's fine. But I'm so glad that it's fucking basically summer. I find it so funny, the difference in between like September, like 10 degrees in September is winter, but 10 degrees in March, I'm in a bikini. Like, where's the tanning oil? I am outside tanning in the sun, and I forget how to act. So the other day, the first hot day, I think it was 8 degrees, okay? Or 9 degrees, I'm not really sure. But that's, like I said, essentially summer. So I'm driving in my car on my lunch break, and I roll down my windows because it's summer. So I get back, I park my car, get out of my car, whatever. I come back to my car at the end of the day, my windows are wide open. And I'm going, am I a fucking idiot? Like, I'm so not used to having windows open anymore that I didn't even remember to shut them. Like, that's crazy. How I said, this is disgusting that I don't even remember how to act in summer.
Thank God your BMW is 2005.
2010.
Or else that shit would be gone.
I think my car is pretty stealable.
It is.
The first time. That's not the dumbest thing that I've ever done. I remember, and this is like so fucking embarrassing. I remember my first ever office job. So when you get your first office job,
you want to be polite, on time,
but you just
nice.
Expect so much out of an office job when you've worked so much in like service, retail. Like, you have this idea that like office job is so official, okay?
Yeah.
So you're like so professional. I can't explain it. So it's
especially your first head office job.
Yeah. So it's my maybe 5th day at the office, and I'm fresh. I'm young. Like, I'm like 19. Like, I'm like the first. You could tell that I'm a freshie, you know. So I'm in my office. I have a phone, but I'm not good in, like, nobody's fucking calling me. That's for sure. So I'm sitting at my desk, and this is like, I started work at 9. This is maybe about 10:30 a.m. at this point. And I get a call, and I'm so confused because I've never seen this phone ring. And I'm going, who could possibly be calling me? Because
your boss to fire you.
Literally. I'm like, what's going on here? I answer the phone, and he's like, oh, hi, is your car the blah, blah, blah? Is this your license plate? I'm like, yeah. He's like, well, your car's been running for the past an hour and a half, and the keys are in, the music's playing. Are you coming down? And I was like, what? And I had to take my stuff, go downstairs, guys, and literally stop my car because all I did was walk the fuck out, leave my car.
I don't know.
I said,
like,
see ya, close the door, and just walked upstairs. An hour and a half,
you
my car was
basically
running.
said, robbers, my car's there if you want it.
If there's a car you don't want to rob, it was that one. So he said, I don't even want it. I'll call the girl and tell her to come and close her car. But let me tell you how embarrassing. And every time I saw that parking attendant, ever since then, I couldn't make eye contact because I was known as the girl stupid enough to walk out of your car and leave the one thing you don't forget, keys, in the car, like on. Like, it's not even like I had to push to start. Like, keys in, turn. Like,
I don't even know
what was going through my head. Like, anyway.
My God.
So, yeah, that happened, and I was very embarrassed, and I'm not at that job anymore, and that's probably
safe to say. You learned a hell lot of that job. You learned how to turn off your car. You learned what you had to learn at that office job.
I moved on. Oh, fuck. Stop wearing corsets.
I remember when I was working in a head office job, though, the awkwardest thing I think was always like, we were never a big enough amount of people. So it was always like the elephant in the room, you know, when you walked in, if you were late or whatever.
I know exactly what you mean. Like, there's a certain amount of employees
Yeah.
where you can kind of slide by.
Yeah.
But, like...
if you're like Aldo or anything
Yeah.
big where you have like 200 people. But if you're like 6 people, it's like 801. Where did she go? She went to the bathroom. She's been there for 6 minutes.
Also,
like, it's like...
1,000,000%.
you don't get away with anything. And I remember when I was working at my head office job, my boss loved to do these potlucks. Okay, if anybody doesn't know what a potluck is, it's like on Fridays, everybody brings in one thing that they're good at cooking, okay?
So
but
that's
some
it,
people in the
that's
office
about
were
it.
like,
That's
can I
it.
bring chips because I don't cook, you know?
Yeah.
And it was very annoying because it was like, if you want to do a potluck with everybody, fucking order food. Like, don't
Yeah.
be cheap. Like, order food for the company. Like, why do we have to fucking bring in potlucks? People are bringing in blenders to fucking make the thing for lunch. And I'm going, oh, what a disaster. But there was always one girl who was there who was vegan. Okay, so we got to talk about this for a second, okay? She was vegan, and I have nothing against vegans, plant-based, but are you going to tell me that there's not the percentage of vegans who say they're vegans when it's convenient for them, when we're ordering Domino's and suddenly they want their own pizza and they start saying, well, I can't have bacon on it or I can't have pepperoni. Don't get me wrong. There were times I saw her eating meat and I said, that's not how a vegan works. Like, what, you choose when you're vegan and when you're not? And a lot of vegans do like drugs and stuff.
Yeah,
so I go,
that's my favorite.
like, how can you be like animal, plant-based, like lifestyle, and then they're like sniffing lines in the bathroom and you're going, what? Like,
That's what me, it's more like the natural people who like don't even take a fucking Advil, but
Yeah.
they're snorting coke. I'm like, okay,
no, literally,
look,
like
don't
it's like
eat
you
meat, don't
do
eat
that?
meat, but if you're not gonna take an Advil, but you're gonna do a line of maybe fucking we don't know what.
What the fuck's in there? It's not
You can do for an
balancing out.
Advil. I love those people.
Oh my
They always make me laugh.
Yeah.
They're the type of people that everybody, you know, they make the bad rep for everybody else who's really there going, but I love animals.
So we're on the highway and he's driving, and at the beginning he's like, oh, you have to put gas. I'm like, yeah, but get going, we'll put it on the way, like just get going. So we put it on, we're singing, sing, we're laughing, we're enjoying. Guys, I post a video saying, feeling so grateful. Feeling so
This
grateful.
honestly made it funny.
No, that's what made it funnier. I took a video because I was literally in the passenger seat listening to music. I was vibing. I took
were
out
in a
my
music
phone.
video.
I took out my phone and I took a video saying, feeling so grateful, get to do a podcast with my best friend. Ew, shut the fuck up. It was more like
Thanks.
I have something to say for myself. And then 5 minutes later, my boyfriend starts going, I don't know what's happening. I don't know. Well, I'm like, well, what are you doing? Get on the side. We're literally in a highway, like the worst place you could run. Imagine the car literally stops, like right. But
Like
at
here.
least when you're running out of gas, it gives you that 5-second jump that you're like, what the fuck's going on? 5 seconds. You literally have 5 seconds to figure it out. You're like, but you're 5 seconds in shock. So we were like 1 second away from stopping in the middle of the highway until my boyfriend just like pulled on the side. And I'm like, I don't understand what's going on. Like, what's going on? He's going, well, I don't know. And I look over and I'm like, well, what do you mean? I'm like, babe, there's no gas. He's going, well, I mean, like, I don't know. And I'm like, well, what do you mean you don't know? Like, are you a fucking loser? Like, you didn't look at the gas? Sing, keep singing. Enjoy your fucking ride. I was literally terrified because not only are we on the side of the road now, but we're on the side of the road where every car that comes by us, our life is at fucking risk. So I was literally watching to see when my death would come. Ottawa was supposed to be this smooth sailing 2 hour. He says it's going to be so smooth. We're going to leave early in the morning. We're going to get there 2 hours. Why did this 2 hour trip have to, obviously, in my favor, never be fucking 2 hours?
It's always when you try to leave early that life's like, oh, you thought you were going to be on time.
Oh my God. But I never ran out of gas before.
I've never run
And it's
out of
always been a
gas.
fear of mine.
Me too.
And apparently you get a ticket for running out of gas and being on the, yeah, you can get a huge fine. Because you're
That's
like,
rude.
because you're causing harm to the road.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense, but it's still rude.
See, come here, I can't get a fine.
And if it is, babe,
Literally.
officer, it's going to his address.
Oh my God.
That's never happened to me, but it's been a fear of mine. And one of my boyfriend's friends actually was like, don't worry. When it says you're on empty, you still have 20 kilometers.
Well, that's the thing. But when you're driving 2 hours and already when you leave, you need it.
Yeah.
We were 14 minutes away from our destination. So that's how you know how much gas you really have after it goes on empty. But you know what? Still managed to fuck it up.
You didn't even get to do like the fucking statistics because you weren't the one driving. Like, I always wanted to know like how much I really have.
Yeah.
And I always tell his
when
friend,
times get rough, you know?
I always tell his friend, I said, if I drive those 20 kilometers and my car stops at 5, I'm calling you and you're picking me up because you're the one who gave me this information.
No, literally. But yeah, I called CAA. They came like 20 minutes later and they were like $14 for gas. And I said,
oh my God, I'll always take it with CAA if that's the case.
Yeah, but only for like a liter. And then the worst part is he goes, you're going to make it
a liter.
Or whatever. I don't even know what the fuck a liter is, please. People go, wow, gas is so expensive. It's at $140. I'm like, what does that mean?
You know what? I put it. And ever since I was a kid, I didn't understand the concept.
Still don't.
What I didn't understand, and now it's not a problem because our gas is always over $1. But I remember when I was a kid, my mom used to always be like, yeah, it's like 0.7 of a cent. Like, she used to say, I would be like, but how can you have like a point of a cent? Like, there's nothing lower than a cent. How can you have like a portion of a cent? Like,
I know.
It just didn't make sense to me. So I'm going to leave that at that. And I still don't understand how gas works.
Now I just know that like I filled up at 1 and then now I'm at 140 and I go, shit.
Yeah,
but I don't even know what that means.
But I do have this fucking fear every time I go to the gas station. I don't know if anybody agrees.
That you're gonna get literally a gun to your head, because that's always how I feel when I go to the gas station. I feel like today's the day, like, you know, like you're gonna get robbed. Somebody's gonna walk in, say, give me the money at the cash. Like, it's like the movies for me.
I don't know what past life you lived that you have these fears, but that's not, now that I have to say my fear, it's very embarrassing. I don't know if it's embarrassing for you or it's embarrassing for me. So my fear is when I'm putting my gas, and you know when you're doing something on automatic and you don't even realize what you're doing and you just go, oh my God, am I putting diesel in my car? My fear is that I accidentally one day fill up my car with diesel and I say, I just broke my car. And only because I'm a fucking idiot and it's something that I would do. Let me just pick up the yellow one and ruin.
Wait, would it ruin your car just by putting...
it would blow up your engine. Okay. That's the first car fact I've ever gave in my life, and I don't know if it's factual, but I know it's very bad. Your engine would blow up if you put diesel in it? I don't know. Ooh, a boy doesn't know.
Guys, comment below if you have the fucking answer.
I'm pretty sure it's very bad. Like, I remember somebody...
Yeah, I think it could ruin your, like,
I think it ruins
engine or motor.
Your car won't
I don't even know what the difference between an engine and a motor is.
Why are we acting like we know something?
I don't know.
My fucking window wiper fluid goes on and I say, Daddy.
Literally.
He goes, come on. It literally has the sign on the thing. I just, like, started doing it. It's because I can't explain. I open that thing and I see so many knobs that I feel the need to Google it every time just to make sure I'm not putting it in the wrong... It's too much control for me. Like, no, I'm not filling up shit in my car because knowing me, I'm going to put the wrong thing in the wrong hole and then everybody's going to go, whoa, fuck, why didn't you put it in there? And I'm like, well, why did you do it for me?
I think what our problem is that we had growing up dads who like were in construction and very handy mans in our life. So it's like we became princesses in the sense where like, we don't know how to do anything. We need something, we just call daddy.
Well, even when I do know how to do it, I just say,
lazy.
I'm lazy. Just do it for me, please. I always tell my brother, babe, can you put my... I don't know how. I love using the I don't know how, but I really do know how. And if we're on the side of the road, I'll fucking do it. But
oh my God.
I remember when I was younger, I was that fucking tough tomboy bitch. And when I took my driving class, I paid the extra $100 so that I could get the class of how to change a tire because I wanted to be so independent. And I could promise you, if my car would burst a tire right now, I'll tell you who's not changing it. Me. I'll tell you who also doesn't remember how to change it.
Okay,
me.
You don't know how. I was gonna say, do you know how at least?
No.
I call my lumberjack when I need her.
Instead of CAA, you're getting me free.
CAA is free, babe. I think
$14
for gas.
Well, last time I checked, the last time you paid me for a trip, it costed you a vibrator and a half.
Speaking about money, do you want to tell everybody how you lost money in the market?
In the market? What is this, the meat market? So, as everybody knows, Bitcoin is a thing. So, whether you know what Bitcoin is or you don't, I'm not going to sit here and explain it because it's foggy. It's like, it's one of those things where I know what it is, but if somebody starts quizzing me on it, I'm failing the test.
I know what the word Bitcoin means, and I know that it was really popping years ago, but I still don't physically know, like, it's like another way to like pay somebody. It's like a token almost.
Like I said, I'm not going to explain it because it's I know I'm going to explain it wrong. Basically, it's a type of currency, but it
Right.
doesn't exist in real life. Like it's not physical currency. So it's like digital currency. Anyways,
but of money?
It's you could pay things with it.
You're like,
so
stop asking me questions.
It's a currency, yeah. Anyway, so everybody knows that Bitcoin is like a big thing. It's been going up for a while. And
well, it crashed.
Yeah. So maybe like 3 years ago, so Bitcoin had went through that initial like spike and everybody was like freaking out, and then it went down again and everybody was like, oh, fuck Bitcoin. And at the time I was in Australia and I had a friend here who was like, trust me, this is the time to invest in Bitcoin. I'm telling you, like, if you have any money like just to spare, you should do it, invest money. So I'm like, okay. A couple of people were telling me now's a good time for Bitcoin. I don't really know much. I'm like,
hold on a second. I'm gonna stop her right here, okay? A friend. I get it, your boyfriend's in the room, but I'll tell you exactly who he was. He was a guy Veronica was talking to, and she felt like if I stick around, he might teach me the ways of Bitcoin.
Okay, so he kept his end of the bargain because he told me, hey, by the way, now's a really good time. So I was like, okay, like whatever. He kind of like helped me out how to invest. Because I was in Australia at the time, I couldn't use the platforms that everybody was using to buy and to hold their Bitcoins. Like, because you needed to be able to like show where you were living, like proof of address, you needed 3, because my passport anyway. So my address wasn't correct. My phone number didn't match because I was in Australia. It was a mess. So he was like, okay, you can use this platform called Quadra CX. Okay. So he's like, use this platform. It's a Canadian company. He's like, I also am invested in that company. So don't worry about it. It's super safe, blah, 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 blah. So I'm like, okay, I invest, guys. So I invest. Bitcoin is, just to give you guys an idea, anybody who knows what the market is right now, Bitcoin at the time was worth $4,500 when I had invested. $3,900 or $4,500. I don't remember, but significantly less than it's worth now. Okay. So I invested at that price. I let my money go. I'm chilling.
You're
a year
vibing,
later,
Australia.
The Bitcoin's going up, and I'm never checking my wallet because I'm like, the Bitcoin was one of those things. I'm just leaving it in there, and I'll take it out one day.
Like, you're good.
I wasn't planning on taking it. I wasn't playing the market. I was really just leaving it there. I didn't care.
You're good. Except if I put in $1, I'd be like, how much am I losing on this dollar? I would literally be looking at it religiously, and that's probably why I'm not into stocks, because I'd be like, I need this money, so what do I do? Like, do I take it out now, babe? I made $2. Should I take it out now? What a mess.
See, that's the thing. Like, I was at a point where, for me, like,
you were financially...
I was financially stable, and I said $1,000. This was what so I invested $1,000. So I know everybody's gonna fucking do the math now of how much I made, whatever. So I invested $1,000, and I was like, at the point that I said, okay, this $1,000, I'm willing to give up. But
that's how it is with stocks. You have to be like, I'm okay with losing it, and that's how you make money.
That was my initial. I said, look, I'm okay with, I'm not even losing it, because I know like I would never have had zero, but I was like, whatever happens, like I know I don't specifically need this money, especially not now, whatever, let's just keep it, let's forget about it, and if I make money, I make money. Either way, I was in it for the long run. So you were in
it for the silver lining. You come back from Australia a rich bitch.
That they said,
coming back from Australia, hey guys, just want to let you know that I'm a rich bitch.
Anyway, so I was prepared, like any person who invests in stocks, crypto, whatever. You're prepared to lose the money because of the stock.
But you're not.
I continue on my days. I never really look. I just always calculate in my head. I look at the market. Oh, okay, wow, so I made this much, I'm multiplying. Yeah. I never look at my actual account, though. Then I see, like, at this point, I've doubled my money. So I'm like, amazing. Like, this is a great investment. And I go, let me just see. Like, I don't remember exactly how much. Let me just go look. So this is about a year and a half after I had initially invested. I go on the site, and it says... I can't log in. It says this site, blah, blah. There's a investigation going on. They declared bankruptcy. So I'm like, hold on a minute. Wow. So this is for anybody who knows cryptocurrency, this is my online wallet. So my online wallet went bankrupt. So now I'm like, okay, well, obviously I own Bitcoin, so where's my money? Like, who's gonna tell me where my money? They're like, you have to email this email and say how much you had, and claim your money back. So I messaged my friend and I'm like, hello, like this site went fucking bankrupt. And he's like, yeah, like everybody lost all their money. So this site was a huge site in Canada. In total, I think they lost like $260 million of people's money. So
wow.
$260 million of other people's money. Me, I'm there with my $1,000 thinking I matter.
Yeah.
Like, when I'm going to go write the email, they're going to go, man, back on the line. Like, so I'm there going, fuck, like, I lost my 1,000. Anyways, I look into it. Basically what happened is this company, the guy who ran the company, the online wallet, was essentially using the people's money and losing it. So he didn't have the money and then he died. So the CEO of the company died while on a trip in India. And I'm doing this because they're investigating his death because they think that he faked his death. As you guys know, we have our lovely sponsor, Neonific. Right now, if you go to their website, you can get any custom or pre-made sign for 10% off if you put in the code CHEMICALX. And not only do you get 10% off,
you get free shipping. And trust me, when you're at checkout, that's the one thing you look at. If shipping is $30, you say, you know what? I don't need it that badly.
Exactly.
You need this sign badly.
Very badly. And now you have free shipping. Because of the fact that he lost everybody's money, and they have no access to everybody's wallets because he's the only one who had the keys. So they had to declare bankruptcy and everybody lost their Bitcoin who had their money in it. And this guy essentially, allegedly, we don't know yet because it's been 3 or 4 years now. There's been a huge investigation going on because they think he faked his death.
How do you fake a death though? Like in real life, we know it happens.
Well, he went on a honeymoon to India and somehow died of unknown causes.
Yeah, but how does somebody call in that you're dead?
They want proof that it's him because all these people, he owes millions of dollars to everybody. They went bankrupt. So now, at the time, I said, well, like, I lost my money, fucking sucks. But then the Bitcoin's going up. It's going up. It's going up. It's going up. And then this year, Bitcoin hit 50K. And I'm like, guys, I invested at $4,000. Bitcoin is $50,000.
Okay, did you do
Are you fucking kidding me?
Did you do the math of what you'd have?
I do the math all the time and I cry about it. Somebody will do the math somewhere, but I think about it and I cry and I try not to calculate it because it makes me want to cry more. And then I just found out, so there's this class act lawsuit that we're all a part of and I'm still there waiting for my little money back. And I'm going, this would be like, now that Bitcoin went up, I'm going, I hope they give us back our worth in Bitcoin and not in actual money. You know what I mean? My boyfriend just showed me $15,000. So technically I would have made $15,000.
Gotcha.
Which on $1,000, sorry.
But now, like...
So I've been actively going with this lawsuit because I'm like, I want them to give me back what it's worth in Bitcoin, because then I get my money in that amount,
I don't think that's how it works. I think they're going to give you your money back, no?
So basically they were deciding of when they were going to decide how much was worth, blah, 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 how much it was worth at that time. So they decided that it was at the date of declared bankruptcy is the value that we get of Bitcoin. It was like $5,000. I was like, anyways, fuck you, fuck everyone, fuck Bitcoin. How do you want me now to go back into it when I was prepared to lose my money?
Okay, wait, so what does that mean?
It means that I get what I gave and who knows when I'm going to see the money.
So you're getting 1,000 back?
I don't know. I don't know because I just know that whoever does get their money back, they're getting the worth of it, not right now. But imagine the people that had hundreds of thousands of dollars in Bitcoin that should be millionaires, but bajillionaires right now.
Your friend who was training you.
They're getting back fucking pew pew. They're getting back when it was 3 years ago.
Could you imagine though, like this guy you're talking to says, I have a lead on something. You really got to put your money here. And this guy is working for you. He's working on trying to get you. And then the company goes bankruptcy. What is he supposed to tell you? Yeah, I'm so sorry. Well, at that point, you want to win the girl. You say, I'm so sorry on behalf of the company that I made you invest. Let me give you your money back. That's the weird thing about always giving people leads with advice and stocks. Unless you're a professional, it's really tough because
People are gonna come
People
back.
are like very like, yeah, but you said and this and that. It's kind of like gambling. Like you're better off to just like whatever you're able to invest. And that's why like even my boyfriend, he invests a lot and stuff. And then like sometimes he gives me leads. He gave me a lead like 2 weeks ago. He's like, trust me, like in 6 weeks, your money's going to grow this much. This is like an inside source. And I was like, sign me up. Oh my God. Oh my God. Takes money from credit cards to grow it. The money, I'm like,
Babe, can I pay on Visa? People love this.
Also,
invest, but you say invest what?
I'm taking out $2,000 and each month that I don't put it back, I'm paying another $250. But is that what I'm gonna make the $250 when I take it out to put it in Bitcoin? Oh my God.
All I know is that when I invested, I was prepared to lose my money to the stock market. However, I was not prepared for the CEO of the company to steal all our money, fake his death, and we all lose out in the end. I was not prepared for that.
But you know what? I think it's what you put in the universe. You said, I don't care if I lose it, and the universe said, okay, your wish is my command. Fake a death, let's go.
But guys, you can actually Google this. I am literally not fucking joking. The company is called Quadra CX.
They believe you. They believe you. Nobody cares what the company's name is.
2000.
Nobody cares about the company that went bankrupt.
Well, my only thing would be if you're gonna invest in Bitcoin.
Ooh, she's giving advice, guys. The girl who lost money.
Get an online wallet, okay? That's all I gotta say about that.
Oh
Anyways,
my God.
you could Google it.
Well, we're not gonna talk about our double date. So guys, at the time I was single and I was kind of talking to this guy. Honestly, if you're watching, you were the darkest period of my life. It's like, I don't know if anybody's like that, but like there's certain times in my life I look back and I go, Alessia, like you almost want to like talk some sense to them. Like how, like what were you thinking? It was one of those moments where it was like nobody understood, nobody really talked about it. It was
you were having a great time.
It was sketch. It was very sketch. And I figured, I'm going through a terrible time. Let me bring Veronica down with me. Let's do a double date. And I would always say, like, I just want you to know, like, this person is weird. Like, I know we laugh and we joke, but, like, he's weird. And, like, you're finally gonna get to meet the weird-ass person that he is on a double date with his friend.
At least his friend was the good catch, though.
Yes, but you know what I learned? That if a weird guy is hanging out with a guy who seems normal, he's also fucking weird.
What does that make us? Two weirdos.
Two weirdos who started a fucking podcast.
So, guys, we go on this double date, and I actually think it's the first double date me and Alessia ever went on.
Yes.
But
I've been on a couple with your sister, but first one with you.
Well, good thing don't bring us both together. Don't make it a triple date because somebody's getting punched.
And I was in such a dark time. Like, I was like, what am I doing with this guy? That I was jealous of the guy Veronica was getting to me. Because I was like, can we switch? Have you ever been on a double date right in the comments and been like, wow, I actually want who my friend's talking to because I'd rather die than be with the person I'm next to.
You're that bitch that's going, mine and also mine.
Except I didn't want that one. I only wanted that one.
I was having a great time, save for the fact that I don't know how long ago this was. This was a long time ago, but I, as I've spoken about before, was very afraid of certain foods. One of them being sushi. And I was really, really, like, I've always been really uncomfortable. Now I'm over it, but I used to be really, really scared of eating raw
Well, yeah,
fish.
because you would also tell everybody you're allergic to shrimp, and like nobody believed you because it was false. So,
and now I actually get reactions, and I can't talk about it because I'm the girl who cried wolf. Anyway, so we went to a sushi restaurant, and that was my fear because I'm like, already I don't eat sushi. I don't want to be the girl ordering cucumber rolls, and they know I have no personality.
At that point, you say teriyaki because you're not gonna
say chicken. And I even remember Alessia's convincing me, "Don't worry, they have amazing food. It's not only sushi." So we get there, and I say, "Look, I don't really eat."
Well, it's because you
sushi."
were stressed. You were looking at the menu online before.
Yeah, as somebody with anxiety does, I was checking the menu. But when you're on a date, you can't start saying, "I'm getting this, I'm getting," especially at a sushi place because it's very
sharing
portions.
portions.
Yeah, so you can't start saying, "I want this."
Yeah.
So when I'm the loser at the table saying, "I don't eat sushi," let me tell you, I put a bad rep on myself. So they're like, "Okay, we won't get sushi, but like, let's just get these one rolls, the crab roll."
Veronica, you're going to love them.
And you know what? It's Alessia who even asked to get them, and I was
You're
like,
I spoke to you before.
Like we spoke about this. Like I don't need. If there's any food that was like my biggest fear, it was crab. Like crab, I'm terrified.
I'm a very like catch me off guard. You know what I mean? Like I'll tell you something on the side, but like when showbiz comes, crab it is.
Oh my god! So they order the crab, and I'm pretty sure she even threw. Yeah, give us that amazing popular crab thing. And I'm like, I see my life flash before my eyes, but I go, hopefully, it's coming. It's everybody's choosing, They bring the crab, and it was a time where like all the food was off the table, and it was just those crab rolls that came. And how many were there? 4. And that's a very like one for everybody. Everybody take your roll. So everybody's there going, my favorite. I'm going, yeah, you could have mine. They're going, no, you have to try. And I'm going like, no, like don't worry, like I can't. No, you have to try. Come on, try it. Now I have the whole table,
peer
guys.
pressure.
The whole table. I'm on a first date, double date. I'm gonna say no. I'm afraid of crab. Like what? They're going, just try. Like. And it's too late now for me to start saying I'm allergic to crab because I already told the waitress that I'm allergic to shrimp and not to pink shrimp. So I can't start changing my allergy. So I get forced to eat this crab roll. And I even remember I took the smallest piece and I went, oh my God, so good. And then for the next 10 minutes, guys, I sat at the table. And if you've ever had an anxiety attack, you know what I'm talking about. Literally white. Like my body was white. I was so afraid. I was trembling. People were talking to me. I was like, yeah. And I'm dying. It's because I always say like, I don't want to die in an embarrassing way because I have anxiety and
That's why when I was choking, I went to the bathroom.
I'm very like, I need to have an exit plan. Like if I'm having an allergic reaction, I need to know that I have an exit plan. Like I'm not sitting in the booth where I can't get out and I'm choking. Like
so you always sit on the outskirts.
Always sit on the outskirts, okay? So guys, I'm there in the booth and I'm trembling. I'm drinking my water and I'm going.
I almost think you caused it to yourself because you're so scared.
I feel the crab. I feel my throat swelling up, okay? But newsflash, this is all in my head because I'm terrified. So I'm going. Choking, like I'm having an allergic reaction. I need to leave this table. Like I'm there. Okay, guys, I'm just gonna go to the bathroom. But like when I say I'm sweating, like I'm literally white, sweating, trembling, and I stopped eating the rest of the day. Everybody's offering me. No. I stopped eating. I go to the bathroom, guys. I start splashing cold water on my face. The last thing you want to be doing on a date. I'm splashing, and then I'm trying to put it on my chest. But now I look like I'm fucking drenched because it's one of the places with only the. So I can't even wipe myself off. I'm going with the toilet paper, guys. I'm having a full-blown panic attack in the bathroom because my best friend decided to order crab on a double date. Also trembling because I'm going, if I spend any more than 4 minutes in here, they're going to think I'm taking a shit and I can't have them think I'm on a first date going to the bathroom to take a shit. So I have to leave. I only have 4 minutes to have this allergic reaction. Anyways, I have my panic attack. I leave the bathroom.
You come back and the only thing you ate was edamames.
The only thing I ate was edamames and maybe a teriyaki chicken. And let me tell you, the color that I had on my skin, it left real quick at that date. And that was the scariest moment of my life. So.
Oh my God. That was a fucking hilarious double date.
That was hilarious for you.
That was like what you don't want your double dates to be like. I hated him. I hated you for not eating the crab. I hated everybody that night.
I hated everybody too. I was on my deathbed. I was ready to die and I took your advice and I went to the bathroom to die alone. I said, if anybody can save me, now they can.
And that was the first and last time Veronica and I went on a double date.
I even remember thinking like, okay, my throat is closing up. Is this the point where I walk out of the bathroom and ask for help? Like, at what point do I embarrass myself?
She's such an exaggerator. It's crazy.
It's because I have to say, like, I know it's not just me, but like.
But now you eat sushi and now you're over it.
Now I eat sushi. Now I love crab.
In the comfort of your own home.
Yes. So I need to be in a place where I'm not embarrassed to have an allergic reaction in front of people.
Like, I just need to ask you, what happened in your past life? Did you ever really have an allergic reaction? We went through traumas, guys. I'm so sorry.
We went through traumas in our past life. So, do you, like, because I have anxiety, I find, like, really weird things make me feel, like, obviously, people get embarrassed about things, but I feel like when you have anxiety, you have a heightened embarrassed. Like, you're embarrassed to have an allergic reaction. Like, bitch, you're fucking dying. Why are you embarrassed? Like... So I feel like there's so many things though that are, those things that are just so embarrassing, but
Guys, if you don't see, I literally just extended my legs because they're hurting.
They're
So
almost
I'm on
touching me.
Veronica's territory, basically. Yeah, there's a million
No
embarrassing things that I'm like. And one was, as a child, running for the bus.
As a child. Try 16. Try 17. Try 18.
Child. Running for the bus. And the worst part is, like, you're, like, running. And you didn't have time to fully tie your shoes. And you trip. And everybody sees you. It's over.
Walk home at
that
point.
fucking stays with you, that shit.
I have to say, though, running for the bus is the most demoralizing thing because it's not the same. Like, you're running for, especially a packed bus, like when people are standing and they're watching you, they're saying that bitch is running for this bus, and because this is how it goes. When you see the bus coming, you have that initial, like, I think if I fast walk, I could make it. But then you hit a certain point where you say, if I don't run, I'm not making the bus, and I know the next one's coming in 40 minutes. And you have to decide, like, if there's another one coming in the next 10 minutes and it's summer, I'll wait. So for me, I've always had this, like, fear. So all my fears have to do with food. I always have this fear of ordering, like, I can't order food by myself. But I'm talking, like, fast food. Because I have this, like, notion, like, I don't know what it is. When I order,
people think, like, you're ordering too much.
You know how sick I am that when I go to McDonald's drive-thru, just to get a coffee, I need everyone to know that I'm just ordering a coffee because I don't want to look like that fucking loser. I don't know. I have this bad connotation in my mind. I can't explain it. When I go to
You're that girl who orders food and says 2 forks. Because it's for 2 people, but it's really just my fat ass eating it.
So I have so much anxiety when it comes to ordering food. And if you think I haven't done that, then you're wrong.
Oh my God.
The amount of times that I've been like, yeah, I'm going to take a poutine. Yeah, I'm going to take 2 burgers on the side. Yeah, a drink. Yeah, 2 forks. Yeah, 2 forks is perfect. And that's how I let everybody know. Or my most embarrassing thing I've ever done is I was going to Taco Bell. I really wanted Taco Bell. There's only one near us. And I was like too embarrassed to go and order by myself because I didn't want everybody to be like staring at, because when you have anxiety you think everybody gives a shit about you. Nobody cares about you.
Oh my God.
Nobody gives a fuck about you.
Nobody gives a fuck.
The cashier is saying,
I wish I could literally go in your brain and say, Veronica, nobody gives a fuck.
But I literally believe that everybody is judging me. So I'm there at my friend convinces
What are you gonna do when we get famous?
Not leave my house. My friend convinces me to go. He's like, just fucking go. Like, why are you being a pussy? I'm like, okay. So I go, I stand in line, and there's a line, so I'm panicking already. And then I get to the cash, and I call my friend, and he's like, hello. And I'm like, yeah, what did you want again?
No. Like, the girl's just like, why is this bitch...
I'm like, hold on. Yeah, what did you want? Yeah, you want the Crunchwrap Supreme and 2 Doritos Tacos Locos? Oh, 2 Crunchwrap? Yeah, 2 Crunchwrap Supreme. He's on the phone going, no, I don't believe you're doing this right now. I literally don't believe you're doing this right now. Oh my God. I'm like, okay, I'll be home soon. Click.
No. That would, we're so opposite like that. I'll be like, I don't give a fuck. Extra sour cream on the fucking side. Like,
it's because I don't even, like, I feel bad because I don't want people to think that I look at other people and do that because I don't. Like, I don't even look at anybody. But when it comes to me, I feel like everybody's looking at me, everybody's judging me, everybody's saying, like, what a loser.
It makes sense, though. Now I think about the times I used to tell Veronica I used to go get McFlurries in the drive-thru, and she used to go, wait, you literally get in your car and go get a McFlurry alone? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, why are you making it seem like I should feel awkward right now? She's like, you go alone. I'm like, yeah.
I remember I started this.
I'm like, what do you mean? I'm like, are you kidding me? I almost go every night. She's like, I don't believe you. So it all makes sense now.
Even the Uber Eats, when I order Uber Eats, I always get my boyfriend to answer the door because I need them to know that I'm not there.
This is for a woman and a man. Okay, guys, so we're going to answer some of your questions before we head on off, before curfew. How to deal with anxiety and how to talk to someone about it. Well, don't ask Veronica for fucking advice because
don't go on a double date with your bitch friend.
Well, I guess I'll answer this one.
I mean, honestly, I've dealt with it because I eat sushi. Now I eat crab. I'm honestly a way better human than I used to be in terms of anxiety. My advice, well, the way that I cured myself, but my anxiety was very like, I have anxiety in life, but I have very like phobias. So I don't know if this person who asked this question has phobias, but I swear it's true that when you just like face your fears and force yourself to do something,
absolutely,
you realize like, okay, like it's fine. You know what I mean?
It's not that bad. I can eat that shrimp and not get an allergic reaction.
So that
you know?
double date was part of my journey on facing my fears, and look where I am now. So I think anxiety is really about just like not letting your mind control you, and like always remembering like, okay, this is my anxiety. Like this is not
it's
me.
it's your anxiety that's kicking in, and like a lot of times like people who have anxiety, they know it's anxiety because you could distinguish the two. So I think it's literally about breaking the shackles and being like, fuck that. Like I know that a part of my brain is trying to bring me there, and you just have to like it's like me. I used to always be scared of roller coasters and rides, and I'd be like, oh my god, it gives me anxiety. But I would do the roller coaster, and then I'd be like, this was so much fucking fun. It's so much times the hype and like the worry of like either what people are gonna say or how people are gonna perceive you. But like literally just work on yourself, be confident in yourself, be happy, and you'll get over those anxieties.
I really struggled with anxiety. Like it's so easy for people to say like, don't think about it. It's like I literally can't help it. Like physically I'm affected by anxiety, even though it's in my brain. Like physically I'm affected, but like it's all about like never giving in. Like if you constantly tell yourself like I did, like I'm allergic to shrimp, I'm allergic to this, it makes it worse. So the more like you talk about it and almost like joke about it, you're gonna be more willing to do things, if that makes sense. Like if you're constantly putting it out there, then you're gonna be like a little bit more easy, or like trying to laugh at yourself, the fact that you're afraid. I know it sounds weird, but it's actually helping taking control over the situation, and stop like, even though it is taking control in the moment, like you never like put that back onto you and be like, oh, I can't do this because I have anxiety. It's like you can't do that. You have to always keep trying to do it, keep like facing it, because or else you're just gonna get worse. Like it's the more that I would say like, oh, I'm allergic to shrimp, then it's like, okay, then now I was allergic to crab, then now I was allergic to lobster. The more you say it, the worse you become, and the more you don't do something because you're afraid, the more scared you will be.
Will you guys
relatable?
Will you guys make an OnlyFans? I mean, we're hoping that we don't have to get to that point, but you know what?
We'll see how this podcast goes.
Yeah, or you know what? We'll put our podcast on OnlyFans. Fun.
Well, I'm topless in this one, so...
You know what I mean?
You know what I mean?
Okay, this is a really good one.
How should we deal with boyfriend's family drama? Like, if the immediate family doesn't like you.
Ooh, this is a tough one. So...
That's my fear.
Yeah.
That's my fear.
So, one of my good friends, she's been through that situation, and she's actually asked me for help because the guy she's dating... the mom was very cold with her and wasn't super like accepting of her, and she was like, I don't understand, like what did I do? And I was like, well, always try and understand like what happened there, because sometimes it's most of the time it's not you. Like it could be like for her the situation was that he had an ex-girlfriend that was pretty recent, and the mom loved the ex-girlfriend. So it was very like her not being able to accept that like he's moved on and he's with her, so not giving her the chance. I said, sweetie, that with time is... Sweetie, as if I'm like her, literally her 50 little... years old. Her...
Sweetie, from my experience back in my day.
No, but honestly, I said with time it's gonna get better. Try and like, I know it sounds like oh god, you don't want to try and overdo it, but like bring something. Try and like break the shackles. Try and like start conversation with her. Try and see things like she enjoys, she connects with. Give her a compliment.
But you know what? Sometimes it backfires, because then you start being the try-hard who's, oh, look at her, what, she brought cookies, she thinks she's a
absolutely
fucking... Like...
It's got to be done like tastefully. Try and seem like you give a shit about their life, and like try and pick up on things that they talk about, and then be like, oh my god, that lamp is so nice, when you knew that your boyfriend maybe told you she got it and she was unsure about it. Like try and be like welcoming and warm. And if that doesn't work, then honestly, and you're like not doing anything wrong, I think like fuck the family.
It just says a lot about them.
It says a lot about them, and it's things they're dealing with. Because like if you've never met the mom before and she has no reason to not like you, and she's giving you vibes that like, you know what I mean, for no reason, then it's something she's dealing with, and I wouldn't even take it to heart. Yeah. And I hope you love the son enough to stay with him and not leave him.
Honestly, that's my biggest fear, and I've been lucky enough to like, every time that I've been in a relationship, like the family was super accepting. And I even like my boyfriend's mom now, like she's literally the sweetest. She makes me feel at home, and she even said, she was like, you know, my mother-in-law was like always made me feel like family, and like I want to give the same to you because I know how good it made me feel. So I'm like, I can imagine people that don't bring on that same thing is probably you know, in their relationship, they probably don't get along with their in-laws or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, it's all how people experience life. But I think like this person asked, she said how to deal with like problems with your, you know, significant other's family. I think you have to remember that, like, you know, it's not the same as dealing with problems with friends or with acquaintances, because it's so important, because it's their family. Like, you almost, I don't want to say to take a bit more. Do
not ever take the man, your guy, and be like, your mom, like, she's a bitch. Because trust me, those things, they always get back, because then when they're starting to fight with their son or whatever, it comes back in, and then it gets worse for you.
Exactly. I would avoid mentioning it because realistically, like, it's not his problem. Like, unless it's, I don't know the situation, sometimes it gets really bad, but it's like, if you're just having a little bit of problems, try to keep it to yourself. Try to just be like, not to say like let them walk all over you, but to a certain extent, like, don't start being like, oh, what the fuck, why are you talking to me that way? Because that's not your road to being liked. You know what I mean? Like,
it's tough.
Be
it's
gentle and try to understand where it's coming from. See if you can do something, and just make sure you want to be with this person, because if so, then it's worth getting their family to like you. Because if you want to have a long relationship, imagine you don't want to go to the family's house every time or something like.
And I will say though, it's very common with, like, I think a lot of the times men, especially like mama's boys or like mama, like, they think that their son deserves the best. Yeah. And it's like,
or they just don't want to let go of their son.
I'm the fucking best. Your fucking son is lucky to be with me, and I don't know why you're fucking... Do you want to date him?
Just say if you want to date him. Just date him.
I don't know.
I can't stand, like, people that are like that with their sons. I'm just like... I find it so different. The relationship, like, yes, you always have the protective dad that gives the boyfriend a hard time, but it's not at all the same as a
women throw shots.
Yeah, a woman will throw shots. They'll be bitchy. They'll be snide, like, under the breath. Like, that really hurts. Like, a protective dad is nothing compared to a bitchy mom. Like, moms can be if they don't like you.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's a really tough territory, and I'm sorry for you if you're going through this.
I've always been this way, and when I have kids, I'm literally gonna be this way. Even if I don't think that the person is for my daughter, son, whatever, I know that by me stepping in and being a bitch, it's only going to cause problems between, like, I would literally just stay out of it, because what's meant to be is going to be, and everybody's going to find their way. If they're meant to be together, they will. So I think she's literally just being a bitch, the mom. Like,
fuck this mom, man.
Fuck this mom. Fuck this dad.
On the podcast. I like how we just said that this is the mom, even though it didn't say anywhere that it's the mom. But you just know it's probably the mom.
But you know what, though? Like, my grandmother, for example, she still doesn't love my mom. And that's on my dad's side. So you know what? I want to tell you that with time, it's going to get better. But, like, my mom still bitches and complains. So,
oh, my God.
You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
She's like, I don't understand why she hates me. Like, her son is the only one that's married out of the family and has kids and has everything. Like, why is she fucking a bitch to me? Like,
anyways, guys, thank you so much for listening. As usual, we're going to be doing questions at the end of each episode. So send us your questions on Instagram. Follow us on Instagram, The Chemical X Podcast. And don't forget to like and subscribe.
And comment below. We need comments, guys.
And also follow us on TikTok.